Well, joining me now live in our Lagos studio to discuss this and much more, I have energy editor with New Telegraph, Adeola Yusuf. Good to have you on the breakfast show. It's now time to discuss what's next for the oil and gas sector. But at this point in time, where we are looking at production capacity well below 25%, this is not the sort of reports we want to hear, especially looking at the huge funds that churned into the area, especially in maintaining the refineries. But if we take a look at what happened last year, about the first 9 months of the year 2020, we did not produce one drop of oil. Do you think we might likely see this replicate itself in this year, especially at the state of, looking at the state of our refineries now?
Okay, thank you so much. It is a subject that is almost always disheartening to discuss. But we have no choice because what we have to do is to do a solution-centric approach to it. The latest figure, before I talk about the figures that have been rolling out, it's important that I re-emphasize that the approach by the current GMD of NNPC, we have to have established that in ensuring that those data are published monthly, you understand, has to be commended. Before now, we do not even have a concrete data published anywhere publicly, addressing this issue. Now, from the data that has been published, in June 2020, the refinery spent 10 billion, they spent 10 billion naira in 1 month on that refinery, on the 4 refineries, and all of them generated zero revenue because they did not produce anything. Up to this sample moment I'm talking to you about this issue, the refineries are in worse than sorry states. But efforts have been made into ensuring that the refineries are revitalized. But a lot of observers of events have been so pessimistic about whether anything will come out from this. There are a number of issues around it. The latest of these efforts is the talk that the NNPC is making with fuel trading companies, you understand, to generate fund and to ensure that the fund that they generate from international lenders, they use it to buy crude from Nigeria and use that one to refertilize the refineries. The Dangote, narrative is there, and a lot of narratives are there. So combining everything together, you see that a lot of things have to be done into ensuring that our refineries, are put back to a state that will not be costing Nigerian a lot of, fortunes. The sorry state of everything is that Nigeria is the biggest crude exporter in Africa, in sub-Saharan Africa. And Nigeria is the biggest importer of refined products. That is to show to you that it is seriously disheartening.
It's not a working model at this point in time.
Yes. So it's not a very, very good one. A lot of people have been talking about Dangote refineries. I had the privilege of, asking Alhaji Aliko Dangote that question directly about his refinery. And what he told me, everyone is aware of that. His company won the Port Harcourt refinery, when at the eve of former President Obasanjo regime, he sold the refineries, and Dangote company got the Port Harcourt refinery. But when former President Yar'Adua came into power, what Nigerians usually do, they started again. They went to him and told him that, no, the refinery shouldn't be sold. We have Nigerians that are brilliant. We have Nigerians that are this, that are that, and he revoked that process.
If I'm a button at this point in time now, so many are saying, well, we need that push from the private sector to invest much more in our 4 refineries at this point in time to be able to see any sort of recovery or revamping of these infrastructure. But do you think that that's what we really need at this point in time?
In actual fact, no serious thinking, private investors will invest in our refineries. Instead of that, they will get their license, you understand, to get, modular refinery and establish modular refinery, because that is where everything is going. There has been that axiom about government has no business in business, and this refinery is a very serious example of,
Our modular refinery is the way to go?
Modular refinery is the way to go. modular refineries is the way to go because of a number of factors. Number one, it requires lesser amount of investment, you understand? Number two, it is less cumbersome to manage. Number three, the volume of crude you need to be refined is easy. So the process of signing contract with crude supplier, will be less cumbersome as well, and so on and so forth. And it can be placed at strategic area. A modular refinery can be placed, serving a state or two states. Instead of this, having all these trucks coming from Lagos, everyone is coming to Lagos. A modular refinery is the way to go. You understand? But fact of the matter is that Dangote is putting in effort, investment in what he's doing, quite right. But his approach to that refinery is export based. You understand? So modular refinery is the way to go, and the government should take, maybe if they want to sell this refinery, because with the way things are going, they may even at the end of the day sell it at a rate that will even be lesser than what President Obasanjo sold it there. Because at this moment, the refinery has not produced for the last 10 months, if I'm not mistaken. For the last 10 months, that is a fact. For the last 10 months, the refineries have not produced. And when you have an installation of that magnitude not running regularly, a lot of things would have been, damaged within. So there has been this talk, aside from modular refinery, there has been this talk about, diversification. Even within the oil industry, a lot of people have been canvassing. The GMD of NNPC, the Minister of Petroleum, everyone has been talking about diversification. And if you don't run, I'm not talking about walking towards that diversification. If you don't run towards that regulation, there is a doomsday looking around.
Well, there's a doomsday looking around, but we'll just like to see that issues around the petroleum industry bill is also given the much attention it needs and the passage. We'd like to see our oil and gas infrastructure. It's now we are focusing on the gas as it may be, looking at cleaner energy as well. We cannot replicate these models we have that we've practiced over the past few years to now translate that to the gas sector if we want to make any recovery. But the focus for the future is cleaner, renewable energy, and that's where Nigeria should be looking towards.
Absolutely.
Thank you very much for your time on The Breakfast Show today, Adeola Yusuf. It's been a pleasure speaking with you.
My pleasure.